I will be pulling Velina in a few days, and I decided to do some digging to find out if she is actually good with the anomaly agents I want to use her with. If you're in a similar situation, this video is for you. Disclaimer, I'm oversimplifying a lot of things for you to understand. If you want more details, please refer to the original document I found. All the credit for the document goes to my man Lifa. If you really want more information, go check their stuff out. Go check their stuff out regardless, they are amazing. First off, we have Jane. Jane is eating very good with Velina. Previously, you could only play her in disorder teams with Vivian or Burnice. They were fine. Later on, you could play her with Alice, and she was very good at what she did there, but she wasn't the main damage dealer. But with Velina, she's gonna be a main damage dealer. She's very good at what she does, and if you have a couple mind escapes on your Jane, she will be a monster. The reason is, when Jane triggers assault on an enemy afflicted with wind, a vortex will happen. The game treats that vortex as physical anomaly damage. This means all of the vortexes will be buffed the same way her assaults are buffed, so she does a lot of damage. Velina is very good with Jane. If you don't like how Nangang and Jane play, you can definitely pull for Velina. Next up, we have Grace. Grace is the second character I want to talk about because she's very similar to Jane. She just wants to keep shocking the enemy. The vortexes will help Grace the same way they help Jane. With Grace's rework, she got access to ablooms with her ultimate. This means that when you use Velina, you will not do shock ablooms because wind will be always up. Make sure that your Velina is actually built fairly well so the ablooms do decent, meaningful damage. I would recommend it. If I'm saying an agent is good with Velina, this doesn't mean that Nangang is bad with that agent. Just know that there is really meaningful synergy, and that's why I'm saying go for Velina. When I say go for Velina, it doesn't mean don't go for Nangang. I just mean that Velina is probably gonna be better for that agent specifically. I just don't want to keep bringing Nangang up. Next up, I want to talk about Yanagi. Yanagi does Polarity Disorder. Polarity Disorder is calculated with her own anomaly proficiency and the disorder that would have happened. Now thing is, when wind is active, you will not do disorders. Her polarity disorders will still work, they will still happen. Problem is, the original disorder is not there, so we can't calculate that part of the equation. It's simply missing, so her disorders will end up doing pitiful damage. If I'm not explaining this properly or you're not getting it, please refer to the document, they explain it better than me. Overall, I'm just trying to say that Velina and Yanagi are not really good together. Let's move on. Next up, we have Alice Timefield. Alice and Velina are not particularly good. Alice wants disorders because disorders give her resource to do her Starlight Shine, Star Waltz Shine move, and less disorders mean less Starlight Shine, whatever the fuck that move is called, less of that move will happen, and because of that I don't really recommend Velina for Alice specifically at all. Miyabi also exists apparently, and Miyabi does not really benefit from Velina. There's actually some anti-synergy going on, because if you didn't know, if you've been living under a rock, disorders give Miyabi stacks for her big damage move. When disorders don't happen, we will get less of those stacks, therefore we will do less of those big damage moves. On top of that, disorders also give Miyabi some ice resistance shreds, so when disorders don't happen, that's gone as well. Because of all these reasons, I don't really recommend Velina and Miyabi together. Now we're talking about Promeia. Promeia and Velina are very good together. The only thing you have to consider is that Nangang Yu and Vivian are also very good with Promeia. So if you have them and you're happy with them, you don't really need to go for Velina. I'm personally going because I want that flexibility, and I will be investing a bit more in my Velina personally, so she will be better than those two. On my account, those two don't even have signatures, so Velina will definitely be better for Promeia, for me specifically. But Nangang and Vivian are completely fine options. You don't really need to go for them if you want a better Promeia per se. Quick reminder that you're probably not subscribed. Press that button feeling like a good little boy right now, where I will come to your house and kiss you on your forehead and make you do it. Press that button for daddy. Next up, we're gonna talk about Burnice and Vivian together because they are pretty much the same character. If you want to use Burnice as a main anomaly DPS, Velina is gonna be a really good partner. With Vivian, I would not really recommend it. Vivian is not really comfortable to play as a main DPS. It's your choice if you're doing it. I would not recommend it. And if you want to use them together as a supportive sub DPSs for your main DPS, I don't really know how that's gonna go. There is a lot of speculation right now about Remil. If you don't know, Remil is rumored to do triple anomaly teams because she will give buffs to the anomaly teams and she will gain buffs herself, and some shit's going on, but it's still too early to speculate. The devs confirmed themselves that Velina will work with Remil unless they change it, but I doubt it. So if you want to pull for Remil, definitely Velina is going to be a good option, but I would not pull day one. I would still wait a bit. I would exercise a little bit of caution. I would still, I can't talk. Anyway, Remil Velina is probably gonna be good. And last but not least, we have Aria. And surprisingly, Aria and Velina are actually pretty good together, to the point that in some content, Velina might actually outperform Nangong Yu. Does this mean you have to pull Velina? No. But if you're someone who has Nangong and wants to use Nangong with Miyabi or Alice, but you are forced to use Nangong with Aria, I think Velina is gonna be a good pick for someone like that, but it's not necessary. I absolutely forgot that Piper also exists, so Piper is also good with Velina. Pull for Velina if you want your Piper to do more damage. Hell yeah! To summarize, I would recommend Velina for these characters specifically: Jane, Grace, Piper, Aria if you do not have Nangong Yu or you want to use Nangong Yu in another team, Promeia if you don't have the other options I mentioned. I do not recommend Velina for Alice, Miyabi or Yanagi. Vivian and Burnice are what you wanna do. I don't really recommend pulling Velina for those two. If you're doing that, it's just your free will speaking. My hats off to you. Overall, thanks for watching. See you later. Suck my dick, subscribe, suck my dick, subscribe.